We're not available for foolishness no more. We tired of the games back and forth. We tired of the entitlement with the kids. We tired of the spouses that don't want to act like they made this commitment that they made. Like, I get it. I'm choosing my peace. If you have to choose your peace, then that means peace is not your default. And that is a problem. This episode is brought to you by the Invested Alignment Assessment. 25 questions that show you exactly where you are and which areas need your self-love and attention. It's free and the link is in the description. Imagine this. You meet a guy in the market, y'all vibe and y'all exchange numbers, and over the next few days, y'all kind of chop it up, and then he reach out and say, hey, I want to take you on a date. Are you available Saturday evening? You say yes. And then on Thursday, he sends you a text and say, hey, you got a minute for a quick call? I want to just go over logistics for Saturday. Y'all get on the call, and he say, okay, I picked the place. It's supposed to be a really nice restaurant. You cool with that? You say yes. He said, all right, I'm thinking about choosing one of my Gucci tracksuits to wear. And you thrown off a little bit. He just told you it was a nice restaurant, but you go with it. He want to dress how he want to dress, whatever. All right, cool. He says, now I got to work Saturday. So I'm probably just going to bring my clothes with me just in case I don't have time to go all the way back home and change and take a shower and all that. I'll just kind of change either in my truck or in the restaurant.
But I keep cologne in my car, so don't worry. I'm going to be making sure I smell real good for you.
Cologne on top of not taking a shower. Okay. And because I may be running late, I'm going to just probably not eat lunch because I don't want my breath to be stinking.
Girl.
And I might just pop into the gas station and get me some mints to make sure I'm good. What about you, though? You going to be good? And in your head, you got a whole lot that you want to say, but you refrain. And you say, no, I'm going to be good. Your default is clean. You don't have any of these decisions to make. You don't have any choices to make. Your default is clean. You going to be clean and showered and smelling good. And no slight to him, but just over the years, you've done these things in repetition, intuitively, without having to think or put any choice, no thought of choice into it, because that is your default. You've made the choices. Everything that happens after that is a result of the choices you already made. He was choosing his clean when your default is clean. I feel the same way when I hear over and over and over, I'm choosing my peace. Are you choosing your peace, or is your default peace? Because as we just saw, there's a difference between choosing and something being the default. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand where the verbiage came from. I know the implication of the statement, right? I get it, because we're tired. We're not available for foolishness no more. We tired of the games back and forth. We tired of the entitlement with the kids. We tired of the spouses that don't want to act like they made this commitment that they made. Like, I get it. And so when I hear it, I'm choosing my peace. I understand it when it is said once, maybe twice, but when every single time a situation comes up and the default commentary, the default go-to is I'm choosing my peace, I would challenge you to really look at that and determine whether or not you choosing or if the default is there. And if not, it's okay. It just means it's a little bit of work that's required to have that be the default, to where there's no choice that needs to be made. This is what this is. What I hear when I hear that is choosing my peace. That gives me a feeling of being empowered, right? I'm choosing this over that, because in order for us to choose something, there has to be at least one other option. I'm going to choose this and not that. When, like, with the clean situation, I don't need to choose. Naturally, my default is to be clean and presentable and, just prepared for life, showing up this way. This is my default, right? So for me, my default is peace, and all things to include peace. Anything that's outside of that wouldn't be naturally drawn to me anyway, because I've made all these choices and decisions over the years and prior to this situation that comes up, whatever that situation may be, to where my default is already peace. Anything outside of that, I'm going to be asking, how the hell you get right here? Because I don't have none of this in my life. Okay, Maria, how they get right here? Because your default is peace. They not that. How they get right here? So where that statement can be, and I can understand how it can be, empowering, alignment just empowers. Alignment is clean is the default. Alignment is peace is the default. I've done all these things in these 10 areas to make sure that I'm in alignment with myself to where I don't need to choose anything. My default is set. Alignment empowers me so that I don't have to do any choosing. When I'm choosing my peace, I know I'm out of alignment in one of these 10 areas. As long as I've done the work before this thing happens, my default is set. If I notice that I'm back into a position where I'm choosing my peace, I got to go look at what happened to the default. Is something off? Did a switch get flipped? Switches get flipped. I lost my sister, a switch got flipped. Right? So that's the space that I want us to just start considering. That's the perspective that I want us to start considering. Is it the default or am I still in the choosing space? And if you are, that's okay. Figure out how to set the default. Okay? The area of alignment that this falls under is self-awareness. Do you know where you are as it relates to your default around peace? And if not, do a little bit of digging. There's a book, it's down here in the description, called Self. Connected Self is a great place to start if peace is not your default and alignment is not where it needs to be in your life. All right. If this was supportive to you, I want you to share it with somebody else who you think it may be supportive to as well. There's also a free resource in the description for what I call the 5-day alignment reset. It's for Gen Xers in particular. I think that'll be of support to you. Go ahead and grab that. I'll talk to you next time. If what I'm sharing is resonating, the Digital Alignment Pack is where you do the work. The books, the course, and 6 months of community. The link is below.